you become. Because I promise you, you cannot become the wealthy individual that you dream of without changing the human being that you are. If you're a lazy human being, you'll never get the money that you want. You might have to look at the government and say, would you give me some more money because I'm too lazy? But if you're a disciplined human being, you say, I'm going to do for a little while what most people won't. Well, that right there, that changes the person you are, because you're probably not here if you've been doing it for a little while. Maybe you did it for some other areas, but maybe not in the area of trading. So you change just a little bit here or there. Here's the important thing. You've got it. You've got the skill set. You've got the ability. It's all a choice of will you take the action and will you act now. Now, whenever we learned about Dow theory, the theory of Charles Dow and what he contributed, we learned about a very important tenet of the theory that said that trends have three phases: the accumulation phase, the public participation phase, and the distribution phase. Remember this discussion? We said that the informed traders tend to jump in back here. The public jumps in, drives the stock up, and then the informed traders, the very same people who started the move, are getting out up here, maybe getting into some short trades as eventually the market comes doing the whole thing again. And it seems like the informed traders are always on the right side of the deal and the rest of the world is always on the wrong side of the deal. Charles Dow discovered this over 100 years ago. This is a true statement. No matter how much you study the trends of the stock market, the human sentiment of the stock market, this is the way it flows right here. Now, the challenge is you want to be the informed trader. The other challenge is, for most of us, people don't believe that they can be the informed trader. So tonight, as we close out our Foundations of Stocks and Options, I want to give you some research. And here's what the research tells us. The research, as it's published in by Charles Kirkpatrick and Julie Dalquist, I mean, these are bona fide researchers. These are people that work for universities. They get the degrees in research. So you know you can trust the bona fiders, right? Here's what the research tells us. The uninformed players, you guys know who they are. Those participants who, because of emotions and psychological reasons. Now, what have I been telling you for the last 3 months? The driving factor of the market, it's not fundamental, it's emotions and psychology. So those uninformed traders who, because of emotions and psychological reasons, tend to be optimistic and buy, thus creating market peaks, or tend to be pessimistic and sell, thus creating market bottoms. The research has found that even professionals, now pay attention, even professionals such as mutual fund managers, Wall Street strategists, investment advisory newsletter writers, behave as uninformed participants. Wow. I'm making this as obvious as you can see it. In other words, the people you've been paying attention to, they're just as uninformed. The talking heads on television, the people that are writing for the MarketWatch.coms and the CNBCs, and the people that are out there telling you exactly what you should do and telling you should buy my mutual fund because I'm a professional and I have a Series 7 and I can tell you exactly what you need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, the research has shown that they behave just as the uninformed participants. In other words, they are no different than you. They are just like you. They fall victim to the exact same destructions that you fall victim to, emotions and psychology. The studies show that even the so-called professionals are no better than you. Now watch what the same studies show. The same studies show that just as the uninformed players need not be amateurs, informed players need not be professionals. In other words, just like you, people just like you, have just as much opportunity to be informed as much as the professionals have the opportunity to be uninformed. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying it for one specific and clear purpose. You need to know, and you need to believe. You need to have it on the inside and the outside. You are no better and no worse than anybody else in the market. The marketplace is the great equalizer in the free market. Pat has just as much opportunity to be right as Jim Cramer. Marta has just as much opportunity to be right as anybody that you hear on any Saturday morning talk show or any Friday afternoon talk show, or Jeremy Whaley or Josh Hesse or Jeremy Newsom. Every one of you has just as much opportunity to be right or to be wrong. You don't need to have all the names or all the initials after your name. You don't have to have degrees. You don't have to have a Series 7 license or a Series 3 or any other license. You don't have to be a chartered market technician. You don't have to be a professional who sits in front of your computer all day staring at your day trading charts. You can be a swing trader. You can be a day trader. You can be a currency trader. You can be a stock trader. It doesn't really matter who you are. The amazing thing about the free market is it's free. Amazing thing about the free market is anybody can enter it. And the amazing thing is it's a land of opportunity waiting to be conquered. And the most amazing thing about it is it doesn't matter who you are, what race you came from, what country you came from, what gender you are, what your parents were like, whether they were rich or poor. Doesn't even matter your current social status. You can do anything. Anything you want, you can do it. You say, how do I do it? You don't study the majority, you study the minority. You don't study the people who are consistently losing money, you study the few who are making money. You learn a few patterns, you learn a little system. You don't have to know everything. In fact, it's better if you don't. The best thing you can do, learn a little system. Be able to measure it. Get some good results, repeat. Learn a little system, be able to measure it, get some good results, repeat. If you just learn a little system, be able to measure it, get some good results, and repeat, you can conquer this vast, unconquered territory that we call the free market. Now, maybe the system that I've given you is exactly perfect for you. Maybe you have to come back and say, you know, that part didn't work just for me, but I'm going to adjust this. Here's the important thing. What I've given you is I've given you a tool set. I've given you a structure. I've given you a foundation. If you take this information I've given you, you take the philosophy, you take the structure, you adapt it to yourself, every one of you has the opportunity and you have the ability to make a fortune. Most importantly, it's not about the money. What every one of you really has the opportunity to do is better yourself, become a better person. Be able to leave a legacy for your children and for your grandchildren and for your great-grandchildren. Change your family tree, not just financially. Change the philosophy of your family tree. Change the philosophy. Say, you know, my grandparents did this, my parents did this, but I saw that and I said, I want something different for my family. Change the way your grandchildren think. Change the way your children think. Change a generation. You change a country. Change a country, you can change the world. Everybody here, people are worried tonight about the presidential race and blah, blah, blah. Everybody here has the opportunity to change the world, not just because of your vote, but because of your philosophy. When you go to work tomorrow, whenever you interact with people tomorrow, what's your philosophy? How's your outlook on life? What do you leave for the next people? Help change a generation, and that's how you change a country. The politicians will do what the politicians do. It's the people, it's you, it's me. As you spread it forward, as you take it forward, you say, I'm going to be a responsible human being. I'm going to keep the American dream alive. I'm going to do for a little while. Well, most people won't. I'm going to start right here with trading the stock market. I'm going to learn this skill set, and I'm going to branch out from there. I'm never going to stop, because this is what we are supposed to be doing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 months, you have made it all the way to the end. I can't give you any more. I can't give you any more at all. Here's what I can tell you. Retake your classes as much as you want. We're here. We're going to continue to be here. We're going to continue to improve and try to make these things even more attainable. Watch the videos online. Please, please, please do your trader conditioning. Practice, 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 and become a great trader so you can make money and you can change the future. That's all I got for you. Whatever questions, comments, or opposing views you have, this is your opportunity. Otherwise, we'll shut her down a little early. Probably the shortest class in the entire program. I like Scott's comment. He says, for things to get better, you have to get better. For things to change, you have to change. And the exciting part is you can. That's right, Mr. Anderson. Gene says, since options aren't charted per se, what's the best way to follow their progress? The options chain? Gene, understand that options are a derivative. You chart the stock, you will see the path of the option. Okay? Practice it. Keep working with, I gave you guys a lot of hardcore option information, understanding the Greeks, understanding the way that the option pricing works a little bit better, Gene. You'll realize that all you need to chart is the stock, and then everything else has to do with the option pricing. Okay? Dave says, what's the most memorable thing that happened to you in all your years of trading? The good or the bad? I think maybe the most memorable day, it wasn't the worst or the best, but maybe the most memorable day was the day that I placed my first real option trades, Dave, and I did a straddle on a company called PetSmart and did it over their earnings, and I had invested about $1,500 or so, give or take a few $100. And upon waking up the next morning, earnings were fantastic. The stock had gapped up $2 or $3. I had about a $4,000 profit. And over the next 3 or 4 hours, I watched the stock give all of it back, and I ended the trade for a small loss. That was one of the most interesting and memorable days. I have never forgotten it because of what I learned from it, the pain, and what I learned. It's just, that was a day in my life that I will never forget, and I've never, ever made that mistake again. And, hopefully whenever you make a mistake, you don't make that mistake again. Another very, very memorable day was the day that I was trading a company called Cubist Pharmaceuticals right at the beginning of my trading career. And I was in college, actually. And I was trading this little company, Cubist Pharmaceuticals. I'd bought in for like $7 a share. It was my first big trade that I had done on margin. I had borrowed money that I didn't think I could afford anything in the stock market, and I'd borrowed money against a credit card to fund my account with a little over $2,000 so I could trade on margin. I bought into this company, Cubist, started going down. I start freaking out. Within a day, it was down like 35 or 40 cents. I took the hit. It pulled my account below margin. I didn't understand margin, Dave. And sure enough, about 4 days later, the trade broke out. And it went from about $7 a share to a little over $35 a share, if I recall. And had I not freaked out, I could have made a lot of money. Instead, I freaked out and I went broke. And so, the first step, I didn't go broke completely in the trade, but what I did on the trade, since I didn't understand margin, is I lost enough money that it pulled me below my margin account. And it just spiraled down from there, Dave. That was the first account I blew out, and I took that to zero. Very, very efficiently took it to zero. Most importantly, Dave, it was out of that learning that I actually became a student of the stock market, because the way I had, if you've never heard that story, what happened there is I had gone to this trading seminar. It was a free preview thing, couple hours with a company. And got to the end of it. I was a college student. Got to the end of it. They wanted $1,000 for this seminar. And I was like, $1,000? There's no way. I'm a college student. I went back to the back table. I was like, look, guys, I really want to do this. I did all the negotiation. I did everything that everybody always does, right? Look, can you give me a break? Can you give me some tuition assistance? Look, just let me come to your classes. When I start making money, I'll pay you out of my profits. I did everything. Trust me. Whatever your arguments are, I have had those arguments. I've been there. And, they said, no, I'm sorry. You have to pay for it, but we'll be here tomorrow. You can come back. And so I didn't think I could afford the education. And so what did I do? I went out and told my parents about it, told my dad. I said, I want to buy these classes. They're $1,000. I don't have $1,000. And my dad, in his infinite wisdom, having never traded the stock market, he said, son, I got a great idea. How much money do you have? I said, I had $500. He said, I'll match it. I'll give you $500. Go trade it. Prove that it works. And then you can go pay for all the education you want. And so I thought, geez, Dad, you're brilliant. Double my money just by borrowing from my dad, right? So my dad gave me $500. I took $500. I opened a trading account with a little company called SureTrade. They're no longer in business, but a little company called SureTrade. Right as internet trading was getting popular and taken off, and I started trading. And I traded that account. I made about 30% maybe 40%. Had taken that $1,000 up to about $1,400. I was like, I got to learn to trade. I got to have margin. So I borrowed the money, Dave. And as you look at the story, you realize that in my mind, I thought I didn't have the money. But here within 24 hours, I'd come up with the $1,000. And rather than doing the smart thing, getting the education, I decided to start trading it. I thought I knew better, which was just pure stupid. And then without education, what did I do? I went out and I borrowed some more money and I got $2,000. So here I come up with $2,000 and I still didn't pay for my education. I thought I was smarter than that. And then I ended up losing it all. So what I learned was sometimes you think you don't have the money, and if you just try, you have it. It's amazing what you have money for when you want it. And it's amazing what you don't have money for when you think you can't get it. So it's all about the value. You know, people say, well, I don't have money for that. Well, do you want that? You know, it's interesting. People say, I can't afford Power Trader. Well, guys, Power Trader is $50 a month. I mean, there's a lot of things you're wasting $50 a month on. You know, and I'm not criticizing anybody. You can spend your money where you want. But, you know, we're talking $2 or $3 a day. Well, I spend more than that just stopping at gas stations and buying Dr. Pepper every day. You know, so a lot of people spend more than that just buying cigarettes every day. There's a lot of things in life. If you want it, you have the money. And then you say, well, I don't have it for this thing over here that could change my life. So, Dave, that was one of the most memorable experiences in my life was getting all excited about this Cubist Pharmaceuticals. Oh, I didn't tell you the other part of the story. There was a girl I wanted to marry, which I didn't need to want to marry her, but I thought I wanted to. And I had made a deal with myself that if I made the money on this trade, I was going to buy a ring. And, of course, I lost the money, and there went the ring fund as well as the relationship, which that was the best thing to happen. But anyway, Dave, that was memorable. Probably more story than you need to have there. All right, let me keep coming through here. I'm going to go to the ones that that my moderators have flagged. Scott says, great class. Thank you so much. Where can I find more info and learn on credit spreads? Scott, you know, I used to teach credit spreads in this basic foundations class. We took it out because it was confusing a lot of people. It was too much strategy. People were focusing on the wrong things. And so what we're doing, Scott, is we're going to be bringing some stuff back in the form of some additional classes that when you're ready for the advanced strategies, you can get to them. We do have several classes that you can get access to in the Trade Smart Mastery series. I did a whole four-hour sequence on credit spreads, so you can learn more about that. You can work with a student success coach, and they'll just teach it to you one-on-one. A couple different ways you can get to it. Scott, how long have you been with us? I think you have the legacy classes. Am I correct, Scott? If you do, those legacy classes have those strategy videos still in there, so you could definitely learn it from there. Raj says, be the change you want to see. That's correct, Raj. Frank says, what the heck is the high frequency trading problem about? I think what Frank's meaning is a lot of people say that high frequency trading is ruining the market. Is that what you mean, Frank? I don't know if I understand your question. What's your question, Frank? Help me clarify it. Help me clarify your question, and then I will re-answer it. I'll come back to it. Bev says, love the new version. Thanks, Jeremy. You're welcome, Bev. I appreciate that. A lot of comments in here that I can't get to, so please forgive me if I can't get to it. Frank says that he wants to know how high-frequency trading is ruining the market. Well, Frank, that assumes that you believe that high-frequency trading is moving the market or ruining the market. I don't believe it's ruining the market any more than I believe that market makers are ruining the market. So, you know, I just think here's what you find. Whenever people can't figure something out, they always find something to blame. And, you know, it starts with the moderator, or not the moderator, sorry, the market makers. It's not the moderator's fault, I promise. It starts with the market makers. Then it moves into your broker. And then it moves into, well, the internet was too slow. And then, you know, it spirals out of control. Before you know it, it's, well, too many people are using this strategy, so this strategy doesn't work. And then it moves into, well, high-frequency trading. You're ruining it for everybody. Then it ruins it. Well, it's a bad economy. Well, everybody likes to blame somebody else. And Frank, that's why I make such a big deal about personal responsibility. You can't accomplish anything until you start taking personal responsibility. As soon as you find yourself saying they did this, you lost. You literally just lost. Even if they are responsible, you lost because you're letting yourself be at the victimhood, literally, of the person that you're saying or the people that you're saying is making it hard for you. Okay, here's how stupid it is. And I'm not calling you stupid, Frank. I'm just saying here's how stupid it is when someone says that high-frequency trading is ruining the market, or when someone says the market makers are ruining it. It's like a quarterback saying, my team was on the 10-yard line and I couldn't make a touchdown. You say, why couldn't you make a touchdown? Well, the dang defense kept getting in my way. Well, that's what they do. The game is the offense against the defense. And so you say, well, the defense kept getting in my way. If it wasn't for the defense, well, does that mean you quit playing? I'm not going to play a quarterback because of the dang defense. Put rules on the defense so they won't be there and they play fair and they just lay down when I want to throw a touchdown pass. No, that's not the game. And you say, well, it should be. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be. If there were no challenges, there could be no winners. If there's no winners, there's no joy of winning. If there's no joy of winning, there's no passion. There's no reason to do it. Find the joy of winning. Maybe high-frequency trading is ruining the market. Who cares? Beat it. Lots of people beat it. Decide where you're going to be. Jeremy, this is from Stories. Jeremy, can we still call and chat with student success coaches even though the series has ended? Of course. As long as you're either enrolled in the classes or a member of the website, yeah, you're welcome to call student success coaches all you want. This comes from Dave. Jeremy, thank you so much for your help and final consoling. You're welcome. You're a great guy. Thank you, Dave. You're a great guy. And you have a great friend in Josh. I agree. And the staff are great. I agree. You have put together a great business that helps people learn to stand on their own 2 feet. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Peg says, Jeremy, you are a fantastic psychologist. Well, thank you, Peg. Frank likes my metaphor. Scott says, it's just like blaming the roulette wheel at your gambling losses. It's not everything else, it's you. And that's great. That's right. Dave says, I will be in Nashville next year. Is your office open to stop by and say hi? Absolutely, Dave. You come to Nashville, let us know. And assuming you come by during business hours, we'd be happy to see you. Odds are you can even schedule some time to hang out with Jeremy Newsom or Stacy or somebody, work it out right. We might be able to grab a lunch or something. We love our students, and, we're not trying to hide from anybody. So if you're coming through town, feel free to stop by. We love meeting our students. We usually have, actually now that we've got our bigger office building, we normally have probably, I don't know, anywhere from 1 to 4 students a week stops by and says hi. We love it. Yeah. Troy says, I gave up Starbucks and Mountain Dew for Trade Navigator and Power Trader. Good for you, Troy. Good for you, bud. Georgina says, you're an inspiration, and I'm serious. That analogy really hits home because it's so ridiculous, but it's so true. Oh, I agree, Georgina. Thank you. Understanding personal responsibility, says Greg. This year's changes how I look at everything. Ah, that's wonderful. Frank says, I have no stance on it, just really wondering what they mean when they say it. Frank's referring to high-frequency trading. What they mean, what they're referring to usually is the fact that computers can be programmed to place trades. And so, technically, Frank, if you're setting a contingency order, you're playing into the system, because that's the idea. You program the computer, it says, if I move across this price point, place my trade. Well, see, this is where the argument breaks down. What is high-frequency trading? Is it where the computer makes all the trading decisions for you and places the orders, or is it just where you program the computer manually to place the order? And see, this is where I really argue with the people that say high-frequency trading is screwing it all up. No, it's not. It's taking a lot of the emotion out. You still set the emotional criteria, though, or you still set the trading criteria. And so, technically speaking, anything that has to do with anything on the computer and trading would feed into this concept of computer-generated high-frequency trading. Most of the time when they refer to it, they refer to people who are day trading with high-frequency trades. But I just think it's a bunch of crap. I mean, I really think it's crap. I totally do not buy it. I don't buy it any more than I buy the idea that the market makers are hunting my stops. And I might be lying to myself, and I might be lying to the world when I say I don't buy it. But here's what it does for me. It takes the excuse out of my mind. And since I can't blame high-frequency trading and I can't blame market makers, what happens? I learn to beat them. It's that simple. So, yeah. George says, these new speakers are great. I can hear tonight. Hey, good for you, George. Will I get a heads up? This comes from Kurt. Will I get a heads up when our live classes are coming to an end? Or will it just hit us like a brick wall and we have to get counseling? You're probably going to have to get counseling, Kurt. No, actually, funny you mention it. A lot of you, after tonight, this is the end of your quote-unquote subscription, the year that you signed up for. Because for a bunch of you, what happened is when the what am I trying to say? Back in the spring, whenever I took my little mini sabbatical, we had like a 3-month window there, and we extended everybody. So we've got like 6 months worth of people that are technically expiring tonight. So if you're one of those people, we actually have a way that you can continue. It's really simple. You can just go on a month-by-month subscription, and that pricing, if you just want to keep doing foundations, is like $89 a month. If you bundled foundations with Power Trader, you can keep going on a month-by-month subscription to Foundations live classes, as well as Power Trader. And so there's a couple ways you can do it. But the bottom line is, if you want to keep coming to class, whatever the monthly cost is, after your year is up, you can just keep coming in every month. You can just go month by month as long as you want to keep coming to class. Okay. Joshua says, did you just offer private face-to-face coaching? No, I did not just offer that, Joshua. You're reading into my words. Adrian says, thank you very much, Jeremy. I'll be here for retakes until I become the best I can be. Awesome, Adrian. Dennis says, remember, we are trading against the best in the business. We must be prepared on a daily basis to trade against them. This is the NFL, the big leagues. That's why I keep taking retakes and mastery series. It takes hard work every day. You have to love this stuff, and I do, and I thank you. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate that. Bob says, I've started trading live. I love it. Thanks, guys, for teaching us this. I love knowing my money went to work today, and I had the day off. Good for you, Bob. Raj says, I missed Power Trader Pro pilot webinar. Can we watch the recordings? Yes, Raj. Are you registered, Raj? If you're registered, then it's been added to your membership area. You'll have a product in there called Power Trader Pro. How many of you guys have been able to experience Power Trader Pro? If you haven't experienced it, you should. It's free for the next week. Jeremy Newsom is doing a great job with that. Monday through Thursday, it's just kind of actually, for you guys who've been through level 3 now, it's perfect, because what it is it's just constant, never-ending analysis. That's what Power Trader is too. How many of you have not participated in Power Trader? If you've not done Power Trader, this is the time, because now that you're through level 3, this is the time to jump into Power Trader, start going through all the just all the constant analysis, because that's really what's going to put you over the top. Just analysis. Thank you. Edmund says, thank you. Enjoyed the time with TradeSmart, and says, enjoy the UPW event. All right, Edmund, will you be there, or you're just saying have fun there? Judy says, Ron, okay, sorry. Okay. I'm trying to mix up y'all's conversations with moderators here. Elwood says, Jeremy, great class. Been here since December. Tried to get classes every week. Learn so much. I think he meant get 2 classes. Learn so much. Thanks for the opportunity to learn. Still want to learn so much more. God bless you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that, Elwood. All right. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Scott says, it will be well worth continuing your education. I'm doing it month to month, and it's awesome. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Awesome, says David. Can't say enough good things about the site. Appreciate that, David. Anna says, how long did Jeremy extend the subscription when he went on sabbatical? 1 or 3 months? 3 months, Anna. So depending on when you came in, we basically just added those 3 months on for you. So anybody who signed up before October 1st, 2011, so a year ago now, those are the people that are starting to expire. I love Pro, says Pam. Awesome, Pam. 2 R's is great. Talking about Jeremy Newsom. He's got 2 R's in his name. All right. A lot of you talking about how great Power Trader Pro is. I taught him well, says Chris. Thank you. I agree. I'm telling you what, Jeremy Newsom is, he's freaking me out. He's just that dang good. I can't believe it. Okay, just scamming through a couple of these here. Owen says, Netflix with a Power Trader setup with a $6 increase today. You're right. It rocks. Jeremy's king. Talking about Jeremy Newsom. Second only to Jeremy and Joshua. Thank you, Marta. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Several people talking about what a great value Power Trader is. I can't agree more. You guys really need to try Power Trader. Honestly, I mean, you need to try it. It's my product, though. How do I toot my own horn any more than saying it's awesome? All right. Appreciate it, Frank. Excellent. Awesome. Great. All right. I think I got to the end here. So will the recording still be available for members? Yes. Muhammad, if you've got your classes out of the way and your year of live classes expires, you'll still have the videos. Yeah, you can still go online and watch the videos and whatnot. So sure, you absolutely can still do that. Okay. Thanks, I appreciate that. Next schedule, great question. The next schedule is going to start in 2 weeks, or let's say the next class. That is October 22nd. So the easiest way to remember that is it's the next. I don't know if it's the next, but it is a presidential debate night. It's October 22nd. So we're just stacking up classes on top of these debates. It's great. October 22nd, that's a Monday. That's when the next class will start. And we'll start all of our stuff all over again. This will be a 2-week break here. The reason we do the 2-week break here is by starting on the 22nd, it lines us up perfectly for Thanksgiving, and then that lines us up perfectly for Christmas. So we're not doing classes over Thanksgiving and Christmas. All right, so that's why we have the 2-week break. Okay. George says $50 is inexpensive, as most are $100 to join their site. I agree. What about UPW in Orlando, says Alejandro. What about it, Alejandro? Oh, some news. What news would you like? It is happening November 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got right around, maybe a little bit over 100 TradeSmart students that are going. Very excited about it. In the next several days, the next 2 or 3 days, you should be getting an email with some more details of the inner workings of the event. I mean, obviously, you're responsible for your own travel and hotel, so you got to get those logistics worked out. But once you get there, we've got some great stuff that we're working out for you guys, and you'll be getting some more information about that. When I say great stuff and information, I'm talking about like where do you register, that kind of information. You know, that'll all be provided. It should be pretty self-explanatory. You'll get to the Orlando Convention Center and you'll go to the registration area. The event starts on Thursday, November 1st. I think it starts at 1 o'clock. It might be 2 o'clock. But registration will be Thursday morning, and then you show up and you get registered. Then you'll meet all the TradeSmart people, and then you'll get the freebies that we're bringing you that you don't know about, that I'm not telling you about. And then you'll get to go in and you'll get seated, and it'll be great. Alejandro, do you have more specific questions than that? All right, Marta said, when did you say the next live classes start? October 22nd. Good night, Kurt and Patricia. You have a great night as well. What course is going to start on October 22nd? Oscar, Foundations of Stocks and Options, will start again on October 22nd. Yes, absolutely. Alejandro says, are we going to have a get-together when we get there? We're going to have 2 get-togethers. Actually, we'll have more than that, but we're going to have 2 specific get-togethers. We're working out a couple of the details about it, but most of those get-togethers will occur on Friday. We're going to have a lunch/dinner, and then we will also have just a social event that you guys, all of it's optional, but you'll be able to come to if you want to. And then day 1 of registration, we'll have a little pseudo get-together, and so that you'll have the opportunity to sit with the TradeSmart students as well. So, yeah, get together. Judy says, Jeremy, I need PowerTrader Pro to pay for what I need PowerTrader Pro to be what I pay for PowerTrader, the old rate. To be what I pay for PowerTrader, the old rate, do I grandfather in? Judy, PowerTrader Pro and PowerTrader are 2 different 2 different classes. So there's no grandfather in to the old PowerTrader for PowerTrader Pro. If you want to do the old PowerTrader, which is still the present PowerTrader, Sunday night PowerTrader, it's $50 a month. PowerTrader Pro is separate. Right now, PowerTrader Pro is free because we're still trying to decide if you guys want it the overwhelming responses so far is you guys love it. So I think we will be offering it for sure. But we're still technically in a pilot program. I'm not sure if I answered your question, Judy, because I'm not sure I understood your question. Maybe I answered it. Pam says, do you have any idea what would be the prices for Power Trader Pro? Well, Pat says, aren't you going to St. Thomas soon? Yes, I am. We're leaving on Saturday. And aren't your little guy's birthday was last month, right? No, I've got one son that's going to have a birthday in December. I got another son that's going to have a birthday in February. And I am going to have an anniversary next week. And my wife is also going to have an anniversary next week. But no birthdays this month. Okay. Chia says, if I take my profits on Netflix, I can afford to go to UPW as it's too late to sign up. Chia, that's awesome, number one. Number two, technically it's too late to sign up, but contact us tomorrow. Send an email right now. Send an email right now to success@tradesmartu.com, success@tradesmartu.com, or info@tradesmartu. I think they can still get you in because we're still settling all the details. But we do have to get the head counts early because of all the extra logistics that go on with it. Mike says, will TradeSmart be sitting together at UPW? Well, technically, Mike, I don't think there's going to be a section that says TradeSmart sit here, but everybody's got the same basic tickets together, and they're going to let us enter the room early so you guys can choose seating together. Now, whether everybody chooses to sit together, that's a personal choice, Mike, but I'm going to suggest that the majority of TradeSmart people will be sitting together. How's that? Sorry I can't join you for the UPW, but I burned all my vacation days up when my wife passed away. I'm so sorry, Russ, from cancer and taking care of my 12-year-old daughter. Oh, Russ, I'm so sorry to hear about your loss. And whenever you can join us, it will be fantastic. But I understand totally. Are you going to do coffee cups again? Can't tell you. Jeremy, which level will start on October 22nd? All of them. Officially, level 1 will start Monday, Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. Oh, shoot. I forget what the late class will be. I guess that'll be level 3. Late class should be level 3 at that time, I think. Yeah, that'll be level 3. October 22nd will be level 3, Monday, Wednesday. And Tuesday, Thursday should be level 2. But they'll all be starting that week. Bill, on Netflix, do you think $6 is as far as it will climb? As it just barely passed our target to enter? Well, Bill, I think the answer is in your question. If it just barely passed your trigger, should that be the end of the move? I'd like to see Netflix go ahead and continue bullish tomorrow. And if it continues bullish, this should be a winning trade. It should keep running because it looks like it's a Bollinger breakout. Wish I could be at UPW, says Scott. I can't go for family reasons. Those going are in for a huge treat. Scott, I could not agree more, and I wish that you could be there, Scott. I totally understand. For those of you who don't know Scott Anderson, he's an awesome dude. We got to hang out at a UPW actually a couple years ago in Chicago, and just a great guy. I wish he could be there. Wish he could be there, Scott, but maybe next time. Lauren says, thanks for great classes. You're welcome, buddy. Or sweetheart. Lauren, you're a guy. You're a guy. You're okay. I think you're a guy. Yes. With that spelling, you should be a man. Yes, Mr. Lauren. Forgive me. As I was saying it, never mind. Foot in mouth. Enter foot in mouth. Bring out mouthwash for dirty foot. All right. Which level FOSO will start on October 22nd? I just told you that. I literally just answered your question, sorties. And that would be all of them. Level 1 will be at Monday, Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Level 3 will be Monday, Wednesday, 11 o'clock. Level 2 will be Tuesday, Thursday. Josh's son had a birthday last month. That is correct. Yes. Yes. Judy says, I'm in it, but I still pay. Okay, that's why I wanted to be the same price. Judy, Power Trader Pro is different than Power Trader. So you're not losing Power Trader at the price that you have. You're not losing that. It's just a totally different product, Judy. Late class is at 11 o'clock Monday, Wednesday. Okay. How soon will the remaining quizzes for level 2 and 3 be completed? David, they should be completed very quickly. I need to follow up on that and see where they are. Bottom line is I kind of overwhelmed my product development guy accidentally, and so he's running really hard to get those caught up because I overwhelmed him. So Paul's working on that. I'm going to say in the next week or so they should be done. Edmund says he can't go to UPW because he lives in Montreal. It's too far, and there's no vacation. Well, Edmund, I'm so sorry to hear that, but next time. All right, good night, George. Raj says he cannot see the recordings for PowerTrader Pro on the TSU site. Raj, number one, did you register for the class? That's the first question. Did you register? He says yes. Okay, Raj, send an email to success@tradesmartu.com. They will figure it out for you. Daryl said, did you say you need another programmer? Daryl, what kind of programming do you do? Frank, we can't wait to meet you at UPW too. Absolutely. Have a great vacation anniversary. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that. Daryl, if you've got some programming skills and you want to talk with us, we're not quote unquote actively looking for additional programmers, but if we had a perfect fit, we would definitely be willing to entertain that. So contact Sean, S-H-A-U-N. I'll write it up here. Sean, S-H-A-U-N, at TradeSmartU. And he takes care of all of that. And he can look at your skill set, and if you're qualified to discuss programming, then he will take you down that road. Daryl? All right. Oh my gosh, I got to read this one. It's too funny. And I'm going to end on this one. Michael Clark says, Ron, I've been listening to the president. Lie, and lie some more. Did I hear you say that PowerTrader Live and PowerTrader Pro together are $12.50 a week? That's what a politician would tell you, Michael. It's awesome. All right, we're going to end on that note, guys. You've been fantastic. Have an awesome evening. I have a couple of great weeks off. Obviously, Power Traders will continue. There'll be market updates. We'll be in touch. But core foundations classes, we're off for 2 weeks. You guys have an awesome break here. We'll call it your fall break. Get recharged, and when we jump back in here in a couple weeks, we're going to hit the ground running all over again. It's going to be fantastic. You guys have a great night, and we will see you guys next time we see you in whichever classes that you are respectively signed up for. Good night. Happy trading. We're out.